week 10 of the fantasy football season. Here's a few defense DST units I have as sleepers this week. The first one, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars still out there in 64% of fantasy leagues. And this week, it's a decent matchup for Houston. I know they gave up a lot of points last week to a poor Vegas Raider offense, but that was Brock Bowers coming back and putting on a show. So Houston, Davis Mills is going to step in. And in these division games, anything goes. So this defense, they really haven't been usable over the last 4 or 5 weeks is this Jacksonville DST, but I still think they could go out there, create some turnovers. And like I said, these division games are usually tight-scored games. Week 6 versus Seattle, 20 points allowed a sack. Week 7 versus the Rams, 35 points given up in London. And Week 9 at the Raiders, 29 points, giving up 2 sacks and an interception. So this week, like I said, with Stroud out, most likely only in deep leagues, I would choose Jacksonville as a sleeper. Next DST, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the Bucs, they're coming off a bye week, much needed, where they had a lot of injuries in this offense. And this week they versed the New England Patriots coming in that do give up the 7th most fantasy points, believe it or not, to DSTs on the season, even though this is one of the better offenses in the league with one of the better quarterbacks in the league in Drake May. So like I said, Tampa Bay, we've seen them go up versus some good offenses this season and hold their own. The last 3 games before the bye, they went out there and had good performances. Week 6 versus the Niners, 19 points allowed, 6 sacks, 2 INTs. Week 7 at Detroit, 24 points allowed, 4 sacks, a fumble recovery, interception. And Week 8 at New Orleans, they shut them down in that one. 3 points allowed, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 of them for a touchdown. So like I said, this week on paper, it's a good matchup. Even though Drake May, he's not really a quarterback that's going to turn the football over, and he's going to go out there and make plays. The problem with this New England offense has been the line at times, not blocking well and May taking sacks, and also a lot of fumbles in the backfield this season. But I think Tampa Bay, coming off a bye, a home game, they could go out there and be a decent sleeper option, available in 73% of fantasy leagues. And the final sleepers are the New York Jets. I know the Jets traded away their 2 top defenders at the NFL trade deadline in Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. But this week, I'm just going off a matchup, and it's a great matchup versus the Cleveland Browns, where their offense all season long, besides Quinshon Judkins, has had trouble moving the football. So Dylan Gabriel, it's going to be another start for the rookie. He's just throwing a lot of short and intermediate routes to his tight ends in Harold Fannin and David Njoku. And like I said, Judkins out of the backfield is having a good rookie season. But guys like Jerry Jeudy, Isaiah Bond not doing much, possibly Cedric Tillman returning in this game, but I don't think it will help this Brown offense much. So New York, even with trading their 2 top defenders away in a matchup where this could be a low-scoring game between these 2 teams, I think New York is still a decent sleeper option coming off bye, and it's a home game versus a bad offense. Right now in tons of leagues, in 89%, so that's a few defense DST units I have as sleepers for Week 10 of the fantasy football season.